Alright, it says we're live. Let's see if we are in fact actually live. It'll be very, very interesting, I think, from here on out.
Ace. Yep, says you're live.
Cool. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Alpharius.
Howdy.
Welcome to the stream, Alpharius. Today was going to be Star Wars Empire. However, something very recently kicked off, which is why I was delayed today, at least. So we had some leftists legitimately try to cancel me. Or specifically some dev defenders try to cancel me. Because I have been essentially exposing these particular dev defenders over and over and over again. So yeah, I do in fact still have the Star Wars Empire stream thing here still up, but if it's alright, I'm probably going to do it maybe tomorrow or something. I do have then to go with. Paul Schluck says it is time. It is indeed. Well, it is time for something. But, like I said, there was a recent cancellation attempt, so today's stream, since one of the conspirators to try to cancel me has insisted I read his entire tirade on him trying to debunk me and make me look bad at the exact same time. Yeah, we're going to have a laugh at his sheer stupidity, since he insists that I read the stream, or that I read the entire thread that he just posted. So, let's go ahead and do that. Are you ready?
Oh, you bet I am. I just need to know where to find it.
Alright, right. Let me go ahead and get that Let me get that looked up right. And in fact, you know what? Screw it. Just gonna link it here. Alright. So there is the pin.
Take a look.
It's on YouTube, so it should be good.
On YouTube.
So yeah, instead of doing a stream about Star Wars Empire today, we are going to be doing a stream about how dev defenders tried to cancel me. Kainu Akuma says, good evening, Kainu Akuma. Hope you are having a lovely day. Alright, do you have it?
Not having any luck getting it up.
Let me try something a little bit different. So what I can do is I can copy the link from YouTube, hopefully. And from there, I can paste it to you that way. So, it doesn't actually include any screenshots for the record, which is, at least his thread. But I do have the screenshots up. So, yeah, we'll be able to see how that goes. Let me go ahead and... here we go. I'm sending you the link now, hopefully, or any second, once it loads up the chat.
We should be good.
I haven't... Okay, so let's go ahead and go all the way through this. Because this guy has gotten really pissed off at me exposing both him and his friend separately. So, the dude in question is called Mars. Yeah, that's been... made this little tirade. He conspired with a dude called Aspiring Devil, who is another staunch dev defender. And they actually tried to get both Dev and this other person called Anti-Woke Mob in on it. And when I started showing Anti-Woke Mob the stuff that they were trying to pull, it basically became a 180. So yeah, they were basically trying to use the fact that I was critical of both of these idiots here to say that I am somehow pro-pedophile or some stupid shit.
What the?
Yeah. Which is amusing, considering that my position has always been it doesn't matter what side of the political aisle you are on. If you're a pedophile, you don't deserve any mercy or respect.
Wood chipper.
Exactly. And that has been my position, but of course, these two dev defenders have been taking up the position of downplaying all the horrific stuff the left does, but they will go after rightoids, and fair enough, but they won't condemn leftists. which is the thing. So, thread here starts 8:40 to the end of the video. Short Fat Otaku defended PDF files. Screenshot. Okay, and I've got that as well. So, screenshot at 9:05. Just completely ignores the community note underneath Seamus's tweet because it argues against his argument, which is up still even now. Let's see. So it should be the Lilith tweet here. So here's what she's saying. Lilith says, this isn't even about trans women. Seamus says, this is sexual assault, by the way. And the article in question, this was from October the 3rd of 2023, is titled, "The men having sex with me don't know I'm trans. I intend to keep it that way. Don't worry, I have a good reason to stay mom." And it says here, the article is a response to a letter from a trans man, female to male, who is presenting as a woman until testosterone takes noticeable effects. So in other words, this person is trans, and the trans argument, for the record, has been that they were born that way, right?
Allegedly.
And fails to relay that information to individuals who might refuse consent had they known.
What an odd thing to do!
So this is the context that Mars is claiming the community note that somehow goes against my argument, except it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't see how that goes against your argument exactly.
All right. Mars says, ignoring what Lilith was responding to. In the initial responding tweet, Lilith mentioned the scenario potentially causing the person in question to get death threats. He blatantly called it a cool story, so people's well-being doesn't matter to him once he suspects someone is accused of committing sexual assault. How very Me Too movement of him to do. Well, if you're admitting you committed sexual assault, then you don't respect the well-being
this ain't
of others.
This ain't Vic Mignogna. This is a Harvey Weinstein situation.
Imagine arguing that people should have given a shit about the well-being of Charles Manson. Or something like that.
Oh, God.
But yes, I love how he brings up the Pound Me Too movement, when the Pound Me Too movement, one of their heroes, it turned out, was caught sleeping with a 16-year-old. And they were trying to defend that shit. So
oh, boy.
So no, fuck the Pound Me Too movement.
That's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. 934 is the beginning of Ace interchangeably using the words rape and sexual assault. Well, if you're sleeping with someone without their informed consent, because you have deliberately went out of your way to withhold information that they might want to know, that might cause them to change their mind about consent in the first place, then is it not rape at that point if you're engaging in full-on intercourse? It is.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm not sure if that's where the boundary between sexual assault and rape is, but I think it's somewhere around there.
Here's the thing.
If intercourse happens, I think that's just rape.
Well, my position on it is this. Every example of rape is sexual assault, but not every example of sexual assault is rape. I think that's a good way to understand it.
Fair enough. Man, good thing you're already demonetized!
I'm back monetized now.
Well, I hope you enjoy the next 5 minutes.
Me too. Let's continue on. Additionally, he mentioned informed consent as a sacred right, which just doesn't have anything behind it and just comes out of left field. Sure, it's a very good thing, but like, what?
Huh?
Oh yes, you don't actually need informed consent, don't you know?
What? Who are you?
Oh my god.
What? What the hell am I supposed to say?
In the screenshot, he forgets to show how the last person was arguing against his claim by someone asking, how is it sexual assault? Okay, because, again, the person did not have informed consent.
Yeah, it'd basically just be like sleeping with somebody you thought was somebody else, you know?
Oh my, what am I reading, so Siege? Okay, so what we see here is This dude plotted
Raven's
with another
a
dude.
psychotic lunatic.
Right, so this dude tried to plot with another dude to try to get me canceled. He's gotten butthurt very recently, so he's insisted that I read this. So I'm going to read this whole thing on stream, just as the ultimate example of maybe don't try to cancel me, because it's not going to end well.
Oh, God.
You know what? Maybe I should actually send him a link telling him that we're actually streaming me reading his entire thread right now, verbatim. Just
No. Don't humor him. Just, if he finds it, he finds it.
Okay, Nico says, hey, just joined. What the fuck are we reading? Okay, so, what we're reading here...
It ain't Star Wars!
It's not... unfortunately, Star Wars has been put on pause because I just had these idiots try to cancel me here. This guy here, Mars, is a dev defender, and along with another individual whose name is Aspiring Devil. They both plotted to try to cancel me just now, basically. It backfired on them, and now this dude is creating this thread in sheer rage, trying to cancel me still. Anyways, so yeah, this dude already is arguing that you don't need informed consent to do the nasty, so... And now he's asking how it's sexual assault if you don't have informed consent and do the nasty, you know. Aura says, is YouTube hiding comments? I changed the live chat for a second. I see nothing. It might. Who knows? I've been keeping an eye on it too. Yeah. 1002 screenshot claims that Aspiring Devil had seen, known about, liked other pro rape tweets, but didn't show any screenshots that Devil had in fact done that, and didn't include Devil acknowledging he had done so. All right. So what he's talking about here, right, is let's look at. Here it is. So when I said on this, and for additional context, since for those who have just joined, it was Lilith says this is about trans women, and the article is the men having sex with me don't know that I'm trans. I intend to keep it that way. So this person was a trans man who was lying, who was pretending to be a straight woman in order to gain intercourse with dudes that would have otherwise refused consent. To which I simply responded, cool story, this is still sexual assault. Because it is.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty dang textbook.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So the other commenters said things like consensual sex between two people is sexual assault because one of them, if you have to, and to which I simply respond by saying, if you have to lie and deceive to gain consent, then it isn't consent, it is rape. This other person said, SYL said, I think you're working with an incredibly loose definition of rape if you think it is rape for a closeted trans guy sleeping with a cis guy and not coming out of the closet right then and there. To which Iris said, informed consent is a sacred and inherent right of all. Failure to disclose something like that is a violation of the principles of consent. Simple as. Because it is.
Mm-hmm.
Then this other person asked, how is this sexual assault? Which you could probably guess I do the exact same things all over again, provide the exact same explanation. Aspiring Devil says, no one here is disputing that. He is literally the only one there that didn't immediately say, that's not actual sexual assault. He is literally the only one that has responded to that tweet with anything other than, that's not real rape. So... Then I point out, and this was back, keep in mind, this was in October of 2023. This was back when you could still see the comments that people liked on YouTube. And so when I pointed out that he liked some of the replies from some of these people, he asked which comments. I liked no such comments, in which I just linked the comments at that time, which would have shown that he indeed liked those comments. Now, you could argue that it's not showing that now because YouTube or Twitter has gotten rid of the ability to see people's likes. Fair enough. But then that would explain why the fuck he didn't try in any way to rebuke this, which he didn't. I'll have to try to post the thread on the stream at the end or something. But yeah, he didn't rebuke these. And it would be really fucking weird if I just posted false information like this. It would have been really fucking easy for him to go, well, those aren't actually tweets that I liked.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy to disprove something about you if it's not what you liked, if it's just fake, you know?
Yeah.
You can't exactly easily fake somebody's Twitter likes. People are able to remember things, shockingly.
Mm-hmm. So when he's saying that there's no screenshot showing it, technically true. Now, back in 2023 in October, you would have seen them, which is why it was posted back in October of 2023.
Yeah,
Mars says, then he goes on to say, there's the conflation of rape and sexual assault terms, because Ace would rather call these people rape lovers than admit he was wrong. Wrong about what? Mars here literally argued, let me read it for you. He mentioned informed consent as a sacred right, which just doesn't have anything behind it and just comes out of left field. That is what Mars argues. That you can sleep with someone without their informed consent and it's still not rape.
A bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how far that gets him.
Exactly. Proceeds to say Aspiring Devil defends rape so long as it is done under the correct conditions. Those conditions apparently being trans cells attempting to get laid with people who would say no if they knew.
Oh, so defending sexual assault is so much better.
Yeah, that too.
No, he wasn't defending rape. He was defending sexual assault here. Come on, people. There's a difference in the words.
Trans cells attempting to get laid with people who would say no if they knew otherwise, which is just a massive reach and not, again, backed up by any screenshots. You know, except for
the ones you just showed.
Exactly. Then he introduced me in, another as, for the record, this exact position led to the exposing of other dev defenders such as Mars and Existential Robot, as also being rape lovers. I wonder where anyone would get the idea Ace was doing guilt by association between the people he's talking about here and dev. Here's the thing. Just because, and I've explicitly stated this, I'm pretty sure I stated this in the video, but I know I've stated this in replying to him here in this thread as well. The whole thing of guilt by association, it's the fallacy of assuming that just because someone associates with another person, that they hold the same political beliefs as that other person. This is where, for example, you see the you like dogs. You know who else liked dogs? Hitler. Because it's building on the assumption that because you share something in common with Hitler, that you therefore agree with everything else he said.
You drink water, Hitler drank water. That means you're a Nazi. Exactly.
Braden 4141 says bad either way. Yes, indeed. He's talking about here in dev. He reductively calls the person from the original story just trans as if it's not incredibly important to this conversation that the person in question is in the very early stages of transition. It's not important to the conversation. What's actually important is whether or not they had informed consent.
Yeah, I don't know what's so hard to understand about that. It's like they're just willingly ignoring it or something. Could you believe someone would do that?
Okay, they very likely still just look like a lady. That doesn't matter in the slightest. What matters is if they got informed consent.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter how they look. If you still lied right to their face, you still lied right to their face.
Exactly. Then, after I say my piece, you just ignore everything I say and go, well, this is rape, so you denigrate other victims with us. Yeah, he was actually denigrating other victims with us, and since he wants to talk about that, let's talk about what he has to say about victims who decided to... here we go. Okay, I see now, but it begs the question about what a person should, for there to be good consent. Like telling them you have an STD? Yes, but telling them about a medical thing that would seemingly have no effect on them or the sex experience? Yeah, that's bullshit, and you know it. But even if you decided to take him at his word for it, here's the response. Yes, if you're trans and not only failing to tell that to someone, but actively going out of your way to hide it in order to gain false consent makes it rape. He says they hadn't made a significant transition yet, so as of note. this is still presented as a woman. Plus, oh no, you had sex with what was basically just a woman with extra testosterone. However, when you live with your... Yeah, this is him mocking rape victims. Let's be very clear. This is him unironically mocking rape victims.
The PR here is just astounding. I mean, how much did you even say in this conversation compared to... You've just been saying the same thing and they just keep losing their minds.
Because this person's an ideologue, that's all there is really to it. This person is an ideologue who has to defend rape so long as it's done for the correct political reasons. That's really all it is. And so all I have to do is just keep pointing out this little flaw. Well, it's a massive fucking flaw, but it's a flaw nevertheless that's in their little ideology, and they go completely berserk.
It's hilarious, honestly. Well, it would be if it wasn't so horrifying.
Yeah. Then, as the QT to this, you claim I never agreed to this situation qualified as rape, so you can say I belittled victims of that. Okay, but the fact that you are claiming this isn't even rape makes it fucking worse.
Yeah.
Because at this point you're arguing that it's not real rape, bro, and that real rape wasn't tried in this situation.
Oh, communists. They never change.
It is fucking insane. The stupid stuff that these idiots will argue. Let's continue, though. Rape by saying, well, it wasn't that bad. But then in the actual video, you seem to have realized I wasn't claiming it was real rape. In saying of both of us, once again, with both of them trying to claim it's not real. If you lie to get false consent. But again, it doesn't matter if you... well, it does actually matter. It makes it worse for you to say that. But I actually understood it back then, too. Which is why one of the things I don't have it on here, but one of the things I pointed out was that he was so... as a retort was I said that he was so pro-rape that he doesn't even consider this to be real rape. While also being obtuse about what the lie was, framing it as a straight-up lie, when, by what the actual story said, it was a lie by omission, which, while not good, was only framed as a hard lie to fortify the claim we are rape lovers. But you are. You took a situation in which a person was deliberately lying to get false consent, and then said there was absolutely nothing wrong with that person engaging in intercourse without informed consent.
Yeah, it sounds like defending rape to me.
He says also, I'm going to skip over the existential robot part because the circumstance isn't a very good comparison with the situation at hand. But yes, that instance would only be catfishing into regretful sex, which is no reasonable person will tell you should qualify. No, it's the person literally lied to your fucking face to get false consent, meaning they did not have informed consent when they did the nasty.
Yeah.
That is not the same as sleeping with someone and then regretting it after the fact.
Yeah, that's not...
That is a completely different matter altogether.
Yeah, that just sounds like they're conflating the terms to try and downplay the experiences.
Exactly. Which is exactly what happened.
Use their terminology.
Also, the very idea of should be mocked, because it's a poor comparison. For its worth, I will say that not everyone as a dev defender has also chosen to defend rape. And I'm also going to say, I don't believe in guilt by association. You can say you don't believe in that all you want, but when you slap dev's name on a vid, then mention these other people, then poorly attempt to show that one of them knows about the others in some kind of connection, then label them all as such a heavily loaded term as rape lover, that's so clearly an attempt at guilt by association. No, it's an attempt at pointing out the fact that you think that you can sleep with someone without informed consent, and there's nothing wrong with that. You, Mars, personally made that argument.
What even is their goal here at this point?
As for my criticisms of Dev, well, that video also happened to have the footage of some of the footage of Dev openly stating that he wouldn't ban PDF files from his Discord server, so long as they did it off server. It was also where he decided to... I also showed a bunch of tweets where he doubled down on that take.
What a
So it's
piece
not
of
even.
shit.
So you can't even claim that I'm tying this to Dev specifically, because the reason I'm pointing out that Dev defended PDF files has to do with the fact that Dev personally defended PDF files.
Oh,
As for why I decided to point this out, it's one of the. I'll admit, when I decided to point out the stupid stuff that Mars and food shops and Aspiring Devil and Existential Robot argued in the past, well, it was a case of I might as well show what these idiots did while we're here, more or less. And the thing is, again, I don't have to. So the fact that you guys are associated with Dev doesn't mean that Dev holds the exact same positions that Mars or Food Shops or Existential Robot or Aspiring Devil holds. It is, however, going to show that I will show there is a problem with the server, but, well, that's just more of a case of Dev needs to clean up the server a little bit, isn't it?
well, a little bit.
You know, the server where Dev thinks he shouldn't ban PDF files for off-server behavior, but will ban people for arguing that he's bad faith, even if it's off-server.
Is.
Let's see. It really doesn't matter if you can understand it as such or not. Anyway, Ace1918, either read it or don't call anyone in the video a rape lover again, you fucking slime. Mars, I've read it on the stream, so you know for a fact I've read it. Mars, you have argued that a person can sleep with another person without having informed consent, and that's somehow not rape. Mars, you are in fact a rape lover for arguing that.
Jesus, what a lunatic.
He says start reading from here as well. Let's see if there's anything else on this. Nothing from there. But yeah, this little thing, I'm actually going to skip that because there is a screenshot that's a little spicy. It doesn't actually show anything, but I don't want to see it anyways.
I don't know what it is, but
But I
okay.
will show this a screenshot here with the spicier stuff hopefully missing. Basically, you see a little bit of belly on some anime characters that are clearly not 18. Yeah. So here's the thing. Aspiring Devil was criticizing a dude that was a pedophile that happened to be a rhydoid. As well he should.
Mm-hmm.
I was then pointing out the fact that he himself, though, was arguing in favor of rape in general, showing that he is, in fact, a tribalist, right? He then tried to plot with Mars. In fact, here's the screenshot where oh, yes, here. So Mars wanted proof, and so I started a little thread there, right? So then, where is it? Here it is. So then I provided the links and the threads, at which point he decides, you know what, hold on a sec, Ace. And at that point, he then tries conspiring with Aspiring Devil to try to claim that I defend pedophilia by condemning the fact that Aspiring Devil and Mars are both pro-rape. At which point I just simply replied with saying, the person you're mocking isn't, with regards to the original person that Aspiring Devil is mocking, yeah, that person was a pedo and deserves the wall for it. So he can't even arguing that I'm defending pedophilia because here I am just flat out saying, no, the person deserves the fucking wall for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really...
Yeah. So he goes, then I add, of course you are only mocking him because you're... there is a minor typo. I meant to say politically unaligned with his exact beliefs, but I accidentally said aligned. But anyways, I think it makes it clear, though, the context when I say, when it comes to leftist rape lovers, you'll deny they exist while actively liking their tweets and defending it. So, yeah, that is that entire controversy in a nutshell. They decided to try to get someone called Anti-Woke Mob, as well as Dev, to try to look at the situation, and Anti-Woke Mob actually sided with me, saying, no, what Ace is talking about, he is actually correct, that you idiots are defending rape. It's just that because I didn't have the in the screenshot or the thread, because you can't see the likes anymore from Aspiring Devil, I can't conclusively show that. But it is... I'm pretty sure it's one of those cases where it's kind of... everyone kind of knows at this point. Especially considering Aspiring Devil just conspired with Mars to try to cancel me like this.
Yeah, it seems something someone who's a little personally attacked would do, you know? Call me crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I think this is pretty well. That's is there anything you'd like to add to this whole situation?
No, there's nothing constructive I could add to any of this.
So yeah, there is the cancellation attempt in a nutshell that they tried to pull on me. Didn't exactly work out very well for them, and like I said, I decided to go ahead and stream my little reading of this just to further prove that I did in fact read it from beginning to end, which I'm sure they're going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll have nothing to say about anything you've said here. And definitely won't try to reconstrue all of the events that took place inside of that side of the stream to make it so they're the good guy, actually. And Ace is the evil pedo man. These people are just lunatics. I got nothing more to add, man.
Yep. All right. So I think we have only been at it for half an hour, but you know what? Let's go ahead and read the comments, see if there's any comments on it for us here, and if so, we'll just go ahead and maybe read some of these. Or it says, also, yes, just tested. Don't change from top chat or live chat. All comments until then will be hidden for some reason. Brandon says, bad either way. Siege says, this is why I despise collectivism. Correct. Siege says, the collective is either an ant or a fungus. Both can be grilled, so let's do the same for collectivists. Siege says, yes, I can totally see a sexually confused man not caring about consent. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Brandon says, no effect on the S. Yeah, no. Ura says, yeah, it is completely passing and being asked for marriage and to have children. Let's see what you do then. Yeah, that too. Ura says, when a little bit means brother, pass me the heavy flamer. Siege says, lol, cry harder. Rex's Prime says, my knowledge of people who have SA fetishes 3 now 4. New edition Mars. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, is there anything else you want to do on the stream, Ace?
I think we're good. I guess we'll do the Star Wars Empire stream tomorrow.
That should... Yeah, I don't got any problems with that, no.
All right. And would you be up for joining me tomorrow on that?
You bet.
Cool. So, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave it here. So, yeah. Well, actually, let me double check and make sure YouTube isn't hiding any more comments from me again or something. Okay. Ura says, not giving consent isn't grapefruit, but Trump man pays a woman for their thirst to not make shit public, and then it is. Yeah,
right?
Good point. Rex's Prime says, the religion is fetishism. Call it out. You're a bigot. Siege says they're debating his week. Yep.
Aye.
All right, so I think we're at a good stopping point. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you for being on, Alpharius.
Of course, happy to be here, man.
And we both hope to see you all again soon.